I think it's time that we had a little chat, Zeref. I mean, some shit kind of decided to go down throughout this entire chapter because we decided to just reunite like all the shields now, and well, fucking, we get to see Makarov and Zeref have a little wee chat in this chapter. Like, how fucking terrified must he be when he's got like the actual fucking general there of like this friggin' 12, like Inbel. He's just like there trying to gather all the guilds together just to say, by the way, we're gonna start invading now. Why the fuck not? And just like, and like Zeref sounds slightly disappointed. It's like it's gonna take a while to get them all. And he's like, I suppose so. And they already know like what he is. Is like they just describe him saying, wind, nah, you're like a dark storm bringing death, your majesty, like that. It's like we get introduced to a bunch of the characters, like get to be introduced to Demalia and like Agil, like which when we see them, like we see War Princess and King of the Desert, so we kind of have an idea of like what exactly their powers like are gonna be of. Like maybe War Princess, that means like she's gonna be something like Urza, like she's gonna just be transformed into like different kind of costumes. Like King of the Desert, like obviously that means he must have some manipulation over sand. But then again, like from what we sort of brandish, then we should know like what kind of exact power they should have. And I remember seeing like Agio, he looks exactly the same to like the same guy that like Brandish just murdered. He like, not in joking, just it's pretty much just the exact same character design, but he's not like the sort of like pimp fucking guy that he was with the bitches like that. And then you get to see it, we got to see like one more, like this fucking old dude. He was like the king of sorcery, Orgast, and it was just like, oh, by the way, you know, like when as they were talking about like when they were going there, it's like, you know what, you know, you found your answer, like you seem happy, and it's like it's about Ragnarok, which in Ishgar they call it the Dragon King Festival. So he was just pretty much found the true answer to what he's been looking for, because when he explains it to Makarov, he is going to make another Dragon Festival, but it's going to be the best Dragon Festival ever, because the fucking king of dragons himself is going to be there, Acnologia, and humans fighting, and Zeref is, that's what it is, it's going to be the best. So I have a feeling that's like, maybe that's probably going to be like the next arc, and this is like, what they're going to do is like, whilst these guys are fighting, Zeref is going to plan them, like try and get Ragnarok to work, and that'll probably be what the last arc of Fairy Tail is called. It's probably just going to be called Ragnarok. And when we see like this fucking old prime minister like grabbing his fucking ass down, he's like, oh yes, you might just get sucked by soul if you're just right next to me, Lord Sheriff. Like, oh, we brought Makarov for you. It's just like, oh, well, let's just give them some fucking time. And just imagine fucking like the embarrassment on just Makarov bending down to Zeref, just like, I am pleased to meet you, Your Majesty. And he's like, yeah, you might want to leave us alone, we need to have a chat. And then when he generally asks, are you Spriggan or are you Zeref? Both, you know, I run a country time by time, you know, I just let this fucking old man just do most of the job for me. And it's like, he just explains it, you know, I already prepared the Dragon King Festival. I think it was about a few hundred years ago that I even decided to create this like country here. And it's like, he was just talking like, oh, it's a small country, and that the entire goal for this is it became a huge organization just to fucking take out Acnologia. Like, he created an entire fucking kingdom, like an empire, just to fight one entity. And they start talking about, like, with Mavis as well, he say, you know what, fucking a secret magic's more superior than even the three great fairy magics, man. Like, you don't hide it. I know the official name. Fairy Heart. Like, and that makes a lot of sense with the sense, because it's, you know, right in the center of Fairy Tail, it's the heart of it, it's like what started it all. And he's just like, you know, you're just after the fucking like Fairy Tail heart, aren't you, you piece of shit? Like, so he just wants more fucking power. And he's just like, do you know what, can we not talk about negotiations? Like, I at least like that Makarov tried. Can we at least not talk this out? Nope. I want a fucking bloodbath. Okay. That's like, a lot of this chapter was just pretty much just like intimidation. When you just think about it, it was sick intimidation. It's like, And he was just like, I won't let you have our fucking, like, Retro Master like that. It's like, and Zeref just puts him to the fucking ground, and he's like, you know what? Thank you for bringing, I'm just a bit thankful to you. Thank you for bringing up Natsu for me. And he's like, you'll feel better soon. I'll send your body to Natsu. He'll get so angry. He want to destroy. Like, the way Zeref is talking is almost, like, very childish. Like, still, like, he's like, but then is why he's got that fucking sinister look. And you see, like when you see Makarov just screaming in pain like that, it's just like, do you have anything left to say? Like that? And he just calls him an ugly demon. It's just like, oh, Spriggan is the name of an ugly fairy. That's very interesting to see that Spriggan is, like, he named it after that. And it's just like, that's a very interesting name to choose it from. But of course, this is where the issue of the chapter is. It's like, oh, like, it would have been more cool if we didn't know what exactly happened, or, like, Makarov, like, has, like, the reason for Fairy Heart, like, deflects, like, death off him. Like, maybe, like, he does something like that, or one of the great fairy magic does that. Like, and when we see that shit happen, like, of course, fucking, like, we get to see, like, oh, he gets fucking teleported away by one of the Fairy Tail group. Oh, he's magically fighting against Zeref, like that. I mean, I don't know why, but for some reason it would have been more impactful if we didn't see what happened here, or if it was just Zeref toying with him, saying like, I could kill you right now, or I could put you in fucking prison, like, either or, like. But then again, that shows how ruthless he's become. But then we kind of knew from the start that they're not really gonna kill him, like. But it's like, there should have been way longer before we got reunited with this guy, because now I feel like in the next chapter he's just gonna tell, like, everyone, oh, you're a fucking idiot, why are you here? Like that, and it's like, oh, Zeref was there, like, as they told to him, and it's like, oh, Natsu's here, and he just starts smiling, glad to see him again. It's just like, so yeah, that's what I kind of feel about the chapter. Like, it was a really sick fucking dialogue chapter from what we saw, like, of that, like, when we get to see, like, a lot on Zeref, and, like, finding out that pretty much Ragnarok is going to happen, like, the new Dragon King festival is going to be there, and pretty much that the whole reason for the country is to fight Actologia. I love that. I love that an entire country is there to fight one entity. That's how fucking determined Zeref was to take it out the fucking King of Dragons. And that, it was a sick chapter. I do have issues with the whole Makarov thing. Like, they should have just killed him. Like, he should have died originally when Actologia hit him fighting. So, like, how the fuck are you gonna escape from the fucking death god himself, Zeref? But on that, I did enjoy this chapter. I did think it was a good solid 8 to 8.5. Like, but let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about this chapter. Like I said, I do have issues with it. That stopped it from being a really good chapter, like 9 and stuff. I still think it's a very good chapter though. But it does have some issues. But that's all for me. So thank you so much for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next time.